Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Tarchione. I'm talking to you from Las Cruces. We're doing the show today for a special reason. We're going to be doing them quite often. Seems to me that when I started doing shows on the dog connection, that what we didn't do is we didn't really get into the personal and bring you in as our guest. So I left a link in the comments below. So if you would like to be on the show, just click on the link, follow the instructions, and you can come on the show. The main reason is many of you have been contacting me ever since we got our page back. If you remember, we lost the Dog Connection page a few last year, and it was gone for a while. And at the time before that, we were actually talking about how do you connect with your dog. Since that time, we've gotten some rewards. I've been known as the dog influencer, and we've received accolades about that. But I've been remiss, folks. I have not come to you and said, what is it that you need? And I really want to ask you that now. When it comes to your dog, there's so many things that you need to think of. And the one is that it starts with your energy and your thoughts and actions. When you want to connect at the heart level with your dog, do you have any idea what to do? You've heard us say this all for so many times. Oh, connect at the heart level, connect at the heart level. But really, how do you do that? You listen to these trainers, and the trainers want to teach you about how your dog should act, or train your dog to sit or give paw or whatever. And seriously, where I'm coming from is if you're not connected to your dog at the heart level, and if you don't pay attention to what your dog is doing and saying, then you are not connected. That's a dog. But if they are members of your family and they are ones that are going to share your life with you, you've got to be able to pay attention to what they are trying to say to you. We're supposed to be the intelligent ones. We're supposed to be the ones that uh, know what's going on. But the truth is, think about it. Dogs have kind of trained us, haven't they? Got a roof over their head. They get food every day. They get walks. They get exercise. Sure, they get discipline, get a lot of affection, and they teach us what they want us to do. So it's pretty simple when it comes down to it. So they know us better than we know them. If if you were to meet a dog, do you think the dog is sitting there and saying, "Well, I wonder, what color is their skin? Is it black? Is it white? Is it yellow?" They don't care. Doesn't make any difference. Dogs don't go up to other dogs and say, "Hey, what breed are you? Are you male or female?" They don't care. Doesn't make any difference to them. So when if we were to live the way dogs live, think about it, folks. Think how much fun we could really have if we had this mentality that the dog does. So I'm going to be starting a number of series about how to connect with your dog. But it's not about having people on as guests. It's not about sharing anything other than just directly with you about what you want to make your life better with your dog. If you were to really realize the fabulous gift that you have been given with your dog and you're willing to contribute to the well being of that dog, then not I think, I know that it will make your life so much better. As an example, I talk about Charlie all the time and I say, well, Charlie's going to be 14 years old and he can't do this, he can't do that. How do I know all these things? Well, because can you hear him here? He wants to get up on mom's lap, but I have to say no because I'm doing the show. Hey, hey, hey. He wants to talk. If something like that happens, normally what you'd say is, "Oh, shut up. shut up, be quiet. And it becomes an annoyance. Kids become annoyances too. So think about your dog as just like a child. Hey, does anybody have any questions? Let me know that you're here. I would love to. This is the first time I'm doing this, and uh, actually, it's totally unscripted. I don't have any script other than just to say, and I'm going to be talking up a storm from my heart. I'm also going to be sharing with you the things that bother me, the real boneheads of the world, the people that take a picture of a dog that's being abused or take a video and then post it all over social media, and they all of a sudden people are supposed to react. Well, they don't really react because they're thinking like I'm thinking. If you're there and you're taking a video, you're taking a picture, why the hell aren't you doing something about it? That's what I think anyway. That's what I see. So I'm going to talk about those. So we kind of want to give like a little bonehead of the week award to those jerks that do things very weird. And the other thing too is we want to talk about those areas that you might not even be aware of, like behind the scenes of what it takes. I'm affiliated with Bark House as well, and they have a wonderful logistical transport system right now. What you don't know is what it takes to really build that system, and why that system is one of the best that there is using airlifting, using airplanes to transport animals. If you think about it, why is there an over pet population? And I'm going to get into that just for a second. Usually it's because you have too many pets in an area. They may be euthanized there, but they continue to keep growing. Well, why is that? I'm here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and we have an overabundance and an overpopulation. That really is, unfortunately, because of irresponsible pet owners to a certain extent. They don't have their dogs spayed and neutered. They don't take the precautions that are necessary. And when they go and adopt, do they really know what they're adopting? Do they know the commitment? Do they know what's going on? Or is it just that it's cute, or it's a puppy? Puppies are cute. When they get older, not so much. They might be ones that will have behavior problems. Well, whose fault is that? Huh? Whose fault is that? That's not the dog's fault. The dog didn't know. Aren't we supposed to be the intelligent ones? Aren't we supposed to be the ones that know what is going on? And we're supposed to be able to teach them. So where I'm coming from is, I want to be able to say to people, if you value your dog, if you valued the relationship, if you valued the connection that you can have with your dog, then you would want to learn how to connect and how to have that feeling in your heart where you want to care for that animal for the rest of their life. You want them to be a part of your family. You will be able to be happy. And let's face it, dogs are happy. They are so transparent. They can't lie. They can't lie. They can't hide something from you. Everything is out in the open. They are totally transparent. And I think they expect the same from us. They love to know that we love them. And it's a wonderful thing that you want to love your dog, but you also have to give them exercise. Wouldn't it be great if we took our dogs out every morning for half an hour, 40 minutes for a walk? How many people do that, huh? Let me know. Do you do that? Do you take your dogs out? I only know one person that's a friend of mine, Ellen. She takes Rico out every single day for 45 minutes. And she does that because she likes to do it. Plus, she knows that Rico likes to do it. You would think it was because she feels that she needs the exercise. She knows that Rico loves to see people and that he's got lots of friends. So she knows that let's go take Rico out so that she can socialize with them. Those are the fun things. But getting back to the overpopulation end, when you have overpopulation, it's again because there isn't spay neutering, and a lot of times that's because of financial issues. People just can't afford it. It is expensive. There is no doubt about it. It is expensive. So, what is the solution? Well, low cost spay neuter clinics, um, having those dogs spayed neutered at a reasonable cost, even if it isn't for free, having locations like that, and then also having them chipped so that in case they're lost, because many of the dogs get lost, haven't been spayed neutered, get pregnant, and then they end up in the shelter system or somebody picks them up. And unfortunately, many times they are euthanized. But euthanasia, that's not the key to overpopulation. It's been used quite often, and there are a number of no-kill solutions or no-kill coalitions and shelters. But I think that the real key, and what I'm putting my hat on, and what I'm going to be endorsing, and what I'm going to be really focusing on, is talking to people about air transport. Now, why is this something that is really good? Air transport gives you the opportunity to take a dog and a cat too, but this is about the dogs at this moment. Can take a dog that has been in a situation where it may have been euthanized, and you're transporting it to where? To another location in the United States where, uh, well, I'm going to talk about the model of Bark House, which I really like theirs the best. They've worked with their transporters and their receivers so that the receivers they have are ones that have already found homes for these dogs. How cool is that? That you already know that if you get this dog transferred over, they've got a home to go to. And worst case scenario is they would go to a foster home. So it's not like they're going from a shelter to a shelter. They're going from Las Cruces to a receiver in some part of the country that is willing to take these dogs. Now, why are they willing to take them? Because believe it or not, folks, there are many people in the U.S. that want a dog, but they can't get one because there isn't any available in the shelters. Go figure. How could that be? Because there's such an overabundance. Well, because they're all in, it seems to be in one area. So the idea is to get them to be transported from one area to another rather than being euthanized. But this takes a lot of logistics. It takes a lot of people involved. It's like a village to have to bring it all together. And when you bring these people together, they realize that transporting is the way to do it, but it is expensive. Now, you talk about ground transport, and that certainly is an option. And many organizations do it, and they do it very effectively. The problem with ground transport is generally it's a long, you have to transport to a long way away. So it could take 10, 12, 13, 24 hours when you're driving. Well, if you've got a van or a bus or a truck or a SUV loaded with dogs, what do? Do you leave the dogs in the car because you can't drive straight through? You have to spend the night somewhere. So what do? Do you go and take a driver with you so you can drive straight through and you're going to sleep on the way? Is that safe? Is that the right thing to do? And then there's the human element of you could have an accident. In the air, the accidents are not as readily, they're not as often as they are if you're driving. So and by the way, it ends up costing really more to transport by ground than it is by air. So I'm behind this movement that says, let's use airplanes. We've got COVID going on right now. We've got pandemics. We got the airlines that are slowing down with their transportation. I think that these airlines should come forward and they should say, "Hey, we've got this. We can let you use a plane or charter a plane or give it to you at a reasonable cost. Donate it to these organizations, especially Barkhouse, because I'm behind them 100%. So I'm going to talk for Barkhouse for sure. So why don't people do that? Why don't they? I think Southwest Airlines is one that they've got a really really great reputation, and they let their employees bring their dogs on the plane. So why not? Why not help? I think we should have a network of people that are willing to help with getting dogs to a safe place. As as dog lovers, we have the responsibility to respect and take care of the well-being of our animals. Giving them a roof over their head isn't enough. They need to know that they're loved. They need to know that they're cared for. If we bring this kind of communication to other dog lovers and asking them to share, then I think we'll have a really great team. Volunteers volunteer for a reason because they have a passion and they care about something that is important to them. The dog lovers that I know that volunteer, in deep in their heart, they're wanting to make a change. They're wanting to make a difference. And guess what they are? They make a difference every single day. I want to thank you, volunteers, for all you do. You rescue workers that go out and you sit all day long with these puppies and the dogs, and in many cases it breaks your heart because at the end of the day they may be euthanized. So how do you control it? So you put pleas out, please adopt this dog so that they don't get euthanized, and it breaks your heart. You go home, you can't sleep. Been there, done that. I know what that feels like, and it feels just absolutely awful. You can tell somebody about it, but unless you experience it, you just can't. So we need to join together, and we'll come up with solutions about what we can do. The reason that it's important to me about connecting with your dog at the heart level is it's been proven that if you identify your dog as the one member in your family that has some modicum of sanity, as I put it, then that dog can become not only your best friend, but it can become a lifesaver for you. Evidence of that are service dogs, assistance dogs, comfort dogs, emotional support dogs that provide a service to make your life better, your life. So they contribute to us. And it only makes sense that we should contribute to them. So to do that, you have to have a level of intelligence that opens up your heart and says, I'm open to you. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm a safe place to be. I'm with you. I will give you what you need. And so in the coming weeks, we're going to go over what does that really look like? What does it take to connect at the heart level? What does it take to let the dog know that they matter? You know yourself, does your dog know that they matter? If they don't, then you're not connected. And I can probably count on one hand the people that I know are truly, really closely connected to their dogs. And I'm not talking about the ones that go, oh, he's so cute, and all that. I'm talking about the ones that the dog instinctively knows what to do. It's almost like like I said, it's an energy. It's an energy field. If you are calm and if you are connected to your dog, that dog will respect and come calm with you. Dog wants leadership. They want to know that they can depend on you, that you are there to help them through thick or thin. So anyway, I wanted to share. I wasn't going to take too long with this show. I just wanted to introduce myself. And like I said, not going to be having guests on. I'm going to be sharing just what what I feel like talking about, totally unscripted. But I wanted to show you this video that I really love and I have for a long, long time. Let me see here now. I'm going to share this. I don't know if you've seen it before, but I'm going to show it now.
Eugene proves that sharks are smart after all. Eugene Clark said,
Okay. Check out those other videos. So when you look at something like that, you think, yeah, well, that's everybody else's dog. No, it isn't. Let's just do this. Let's just sit back. Let's relax. Take a deep breath. Know that over the next few weeks, well, months, maybe even years, who knows, folks, that you're going to be learning how to connect with your dog. And you might think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. But I can tell you that since the dog connection started, when I was doing the show on the dog connection, and now I'm still doing the show there. I don't want you to get confused. It's just now I'm going to be representing other places than the dog connection, Bark House and a number of others. And what I do know is that if you connect with your dog, the chances of you giving up on them are very, very, very slim, meaning that you're not going to want to bring them back to the shelter because they pooped on the floor. They did some behavior that, unbeknownst to them, was irritating to you. You're not going to want to give up on them because they were aggressive, because if you learn why they became aggressive, or you learn what the problems are, and you learn to connect your energy with theirs and your heart, you'll be able to handle it much better. So wouldn't it be wonderful, rather than giving up your dog, you contact the dog influencer, Kathy Tarochione, and you say, Kathy, I have an issue here, not a behavior issue, but I don't know how to connect. So once we start doing it and you realize that the exercises that are necessary are simple, learn to calm down, learn to realize that your dog is there, recognize, listen, and watch. Listen to what they're saying and watch what they're doing. Once you start doing these things, all of a sudden it will come to you, and actually they'll end up loving it that much more too. Scheduling more time to be with your dog, not just sitting and watching TV, but if you can get up and move, then do it. That's it. That's my 2 cents. Well, anyway, that's it, folks. And please stay tuned to watch the dog influencer every week. from here on in. That's all I have to say for today. Talk to you soon. Bye.